Test, test. Measuring your worth based on what another person gives you is so 2020. It's been a while. I've been trying to hold myself accountable and doing content, and it's just not really going that well. I've been fighting a cold for about a week now. As you can tell, I still kind of sound silly. I literally haven't been sick in 5 years, so I just quite literally did not know what to do at all. So staying on top of content lately has not been easy just because I've basically been bedridden for the last week. I had a fever. It was rough. As you may notice, I haven't posted one of these videos for a while, and for lack of better terms, I wasn't doing too hot, but we're slowly coming back. And I can always tell when my mental health is doing really well because my nails are painted. I recently, and by recently I mean in the last couple months, have moved away from gaming content almost completely, besides on my Twitch, and it was honestly the best thing I've ever done. I just honestly don't feel as stressed, and content and the creative process has just become so much easier to me, and I'm actually enjoying what I'm making and creating, and that's something that a lot of content creators can't really say. So yeah, that's pretty much my life update, except for the one little fact that since the last time I posted on YouTube, I went through a breakup that wasn't really a breakup, but felt like a breakup, and it was really rough. Without getting into the specifics of it, I kind of just felt used. I feel like at this point in my life, I have been single for so long that I just don't even care to have a relationship or want to put effort into a relationship that just eventually reaches the 3-month rule, and then I'm having to start that whole process over and over again, and it's just an endless cycle, and I just simply don't care enough. I've come to the realization that almost every single person that I come in contact with or form some sort of bond with just uses me to fix themselves and then runs off with a person that they deem more worthy than me. And then I'm just stuck here with a piece of me missing. And I'm not saying that that person is or was my missing piece, or any person that I come in contact to is my missing piece. I just mean by that, every single person that I pour my energy into, I give them a little piece of me. Okay? I give it to them to hold and cherish and take care of, and they end up just throwing it away every single time. It never fails. I guess I just need to examine what I tolerate, but then that just puts me in a never-ending cycle of lonely that I just honestly can't escape. So I guess I kind of just need to decide what I enjoy more: the endless cycle of mistreatment or being lonely. If you think about it, equating how full you feel based on another person is kind of selfish. Seriously, who am I to put that pressure on somebody else to make me happy? And it's not that I only feel full when I have another person in my life. I'm just bored, if that makes sense. Loneliness is like having a dream made reality, then reduced to memory, and being forced to dream another dream and still hope. Personally, I kind of feel like everybody is in this huge rush to find their person, but they really haven't even found themselves yet, and that's crazy. You literally don't know where you are going to be 5 years from now, let alone a year from now. So why are you trying to let somebody else determine your life path when you haven't even figured it out yourself? You just gotta take control of that shit, honestly. If you aren't having fun in life, you aren't doing it correctly, and that's just the tea. All I'm saying, if you aren't even having the slightest bit of fun in life, you gotta change something up, and you gotta do it real quick. I've honestly become so content with being alone that I've started to question myself. Sometimes I think that I'm the problem, when in reality, I just really don't put up with anything anymore. Some people might call this picky, but I just genuinely do not have the mental capacity to waste my time on someone who could quite frankly not give a shit about me when it truly comes down to it. Literally just stop putting your energy into people who do not reciprocate the same back. It's not that hard. Okay, it might be kind of hard, but you just gotta keep telling yourself that. But this doesn't just apply to people. It quite literally applies to everything. Your work, your family, the universe. For example, I just started a new job a month ago, and they have put more energy into me than my other job, which I've been working at for 7 or 8 months. Quite honestly, just the little things when it comes down to it. So as you know, I was sick last week. I'm still kind of sick, but I had a really high fever, and I ended up having to call out of work, which is something that I really don't like doing, but I literally had to because I had 102-degree fever, and I was laying right here. My bones literally felt like they were breaking, and then I had to work my other job the next day, and so I messaged my boss that day before, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I have a high fever. And he's like, oh my gosh, like, I can get your shift cover, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, my fever should break by then. Like, I should be good to go to work tomorrow. I walk into work the next day. I'm feeling terrible, by the way, but I need the money. So I'm like, I know I gotta show up to this shift. The first thing that he says to me when I walk in, he's like, hey buddy, how you doing? Are you okay? Do you want to go home? We can manage without you. And I swear to God, I almost bursted into tears right there because I have never had a job treat me with so much love before. And keep in mind, I literally have been working there for like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks at the max. And they treat me so well and they're so kind. And my other job that I had to call out of decided to punish me and not schedule me for a week because I was sick. And this is like exactly what I'm talking about because I work my ass off at every single job that I ever work. And the only people that have reciprocated the love that I put into the work is a job that I literally just started. And that's just so crazy to me. They're so kind and I appreciate them so much. A lot of companies and businesses and etc. forget that they are in the people business and they don't take a second to stop and ask how they can improve their culture and their workplace and the environment and just literally everything around the employees. Because at the end of the day, those companies need you. You don't need them. It took me basically 6 years of my working career to realize that. They literally need you. One of my former bosses, plural 2 people, like literally 2 people, told me that I would never be a successful content creator or streamer. Like, to my face. I didn't even hear this word of mouth. They straight up told me to my face. And this was at the beginning of my content creator career, keep in mind. They were literally running a failing business and were telling me that I was gonna fail. Which, I mean, now that I look back on it, it makes total sense. Like, they were just projecting their insecurities onto me. Meanwhile, I was managing one of their shops, trying to keep their business afloat, and they were verbally abusing me every single day. Ever since I left that job, I told myself that I would never let somebody treat me that way again. And I have upheld that ever since, and I never let anybody take anything away from me that makes me happy. You know, I never actually mean to get this deep when I do these videos, but somehow it always happens. Anyways, stop letting people dictate your own happiness. Okay, have a good day. Bye. Love you.